let's review Dead Space 3 for the PS3. For those of you who have played the first two Dead Spaces, you'll definitely want to pick this one up as it continues the story of Isaac Clarke and his search for the truth for the marker homeworld. As you know, if you played the first two Dead Spaces, this is one of the best shooting series there is out right now. And for those of you who have not played it, Dead Space is told from a third-person perspective. It's a very challenging gaming series. It'll definitely test your shooting skills and your overall ability to survive an onslaught of necromorphs. And of course, necromorphs are the enemy types in this game. Dead Space 3 is awesome. Just let me get straight to the point. It's awesome. It's a whole lot more shootier than the first two Dead Spaces. And what I mean by that is a whole lot more action oriented. It's less of a survival horror and more of a third person shooter, if you will. Now, that's not to say the story in Dead Space is lacking. There is a story in Dead Space 3. It's just not as stalled out as the first two games were. And in my opinion, the first Dead Space remains the best Dead Space in the series so far. The original is still the best. But this one, in my opinion, is the most challenging. This is definitely geared more toward a hardcore shooter than it is a casual gamer. I think a casual gamer would find this game a little too intimidating, a little too hard. From my perspective, you should start with the first game and work your way up, because they get more challenging with each series, it seems like. There is a new mechanic in Dead Space, how you can upgrade and customize your guns and all your weapons to your liking. And I like this new addition. It's really fun. You find the right components and the right materials, you can make your gun have less recoil, better reload speeds, more damage. And like the first two Dead Spaces, you can upgrade your rig, which is your armor, upgrade your health, your air, your stasis. You can upgrade it to however you choose. It's a whole lot more in depth as far as that goes. And like I said, the new gun upgrade is really cool. You can actually create your own guns in Dead Space 3, something that you could not do in the first two. And it's just plain bad. It's awesome. Bad in a good way, that is. Like I say, the challenge is definitely been thrust up. It's big difficulty spikes in some areas. This is not to say it's really bad, but for some people it might be too intimidating. This game can also be played in full co-op. So if you got a partner, you want to team up, you can do it with co-op. You can do the whole story in co-op, and it's really fun. It's a very interesting campaign, and one I'd highly recommend to any hardcore shooter. Like I say, it's maybe not the best Dead Space in the series as far as story goes, but as far as action, it's a whole lot more action-oriented, and I think any fan of the shooter genre would enjoy this game. I give this game 3 stars out of 5, and go pick it up. If you want to add me to your PlayStation 3 friends list, you can team up with me. My PlayStation ID is The Great Omega. That's THE/GREAT/OMEGA. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this review.